Hi everyone, and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield. Today is the 23rd of March, and I actually wanted to show you a wee bit of something that I've had for quite some time, but unfortunately it's not necessarily been conducive to do so for, a good couple of reasons, which, well, a good reason that I will actually get into. Now, here we have a it's an early 2000s Dell Latitude C series laptop. But this isn't a CP series or a C, just a CX100 series. This is actually the CSx. It's always kind of one of those that I would see on Dell's website when I was going to download drivers for other machines of mine. And I always kind of wondered, what is a Dell Latitude CSx? So I decided to kind of get one and find out what it was all about. As you can see, it's got quite a slim form factor. The lid takes on the older Latitude C series design with the two ridges, even though it is actually gunmetal grey rather than flannel black. Some people might think the colours are the same, but, well, no, gunmetal grey is kind of more silver. And the lid, I think, does have some sort of metal kind of feel to it. It certainly feels like a robust machine, and it's actually quite heavy as well. But this is one of these machines that doesn't have any kind of removable storage. You'd have to get a docking station connector to be able to get removable storage. This is a wee bit like the Compaq Armada N400C laptop that I showed you a couple of months back. So this, I'll show you around it. On the left-hand side, there's a Kensington lock slot, a vent, and an enormous big nothing. On the front, you have the switch. Well, the lead catch, and the hard disk caddy, which isn't screwed down because I didn't have any screws to deal with that, although I would like to do it, as it'll just make the machine a wee bit tidier. On the right hand side, there's more happening. There's another vent, although in retrospect I reckon these could be speakers, but why you'd have a left speaker at the back of the machine and a right speaker at the front of the machine, I do not know. I think they're vents. Just have a look. Nope. Actually, the left one is, but the right one is a speaker. Then you have some sort of proprietary docking station connector and PC card slots. So, I mean, these are here. So, if you have a PC card CD-ROM drive, as I do, you can connect it up. Would you look at that? You've actually got some Dell PC card blanking plates. I don't know whether this machine came with them or whether I salvaged these from a dead Dell, because I did have a dead Inspiron. In fact, I've had a couple of dead Inspirons pass through my hands. Then you've got microphone out and headphone. No, microphone in and headphone out, rather. On the back, you do actually have a full slew of ports. PS2 keyboard and mouse connector. a single USB port, IEEE 1284 parallel printer port, regular docking station connector, VGA out, and the regular Dell Latitude C-Series power adapter. Now this machine, when I first got it, it worked absolutely fine. But over time, the memory controller on it has started to fail. It's a bit of a shame because I really don't want to have to throw this away because it's kind of a nice special machine. But what I'll do is I'll plug it in and I'll show you what I mean. Sometimes the machine will work intermittently. Sometimes the machine will, well, like I said, yeah, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. So let me just find the plug and we'll give it some juice. We'll see what happens. So if you look on the inside, it's pretty much business as usual. You know, designed for Windows 2000 NT and 98 sticker. Trackpad, keyboard. You know, it's kind of a nice keyboard. It generally looks like a Dell Latitude. Obviously, the trackpad buttons are, you know, they're rounded off at the end, which is not normal on your Dell Latitude CP series. And, you know, I mean, it's not a bad machine. I would say it's basically a compact version of a regular CPX, which would make total sense actually, as the model name is a CSx. Sorry about that. Hand in the way. Fail. Right, see if we can. There we go. So let's see if we can power it on. Specs of this is a Pentium 3 500 MHz with I can't remember how much RAM was in it. I think it's 128 megs. I removed a 128 meg stick. Actually, no, it's got 256 megs of RAM in it at the moment. Neomagic 2360 with 4 megabytes of video RAM. Neomagic audio controller. It's got a 12 gigabyte hard disk, no PC cards installed, and just business as normal. And it's remembered the date and time, which is awful nice of it. So at the moment the machine is running Windows 98. So at some point I think I would like to get a docking station for this. Oh yeah, and the sound's a bit pathetic. Then again, to be honest, I think that's to be expected. So it's we're looking at Windows 98 with Office 2000, and to be honest, not much else on it. Hooray for Word 2000. Should it? Yorkshire hooray. Hooray! Heard that on BBC Radio 7. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. I sound like I've smoked 60. Aye. Ironic enough, because I'm actually a non-smoker, which is actually brilliant news for all my computers, because it means you know, they won't be yellow and stinking of cigarette smoke like Barbie in 30 years' time. know how it is. Barbie doll is very superficial. You just know her life's gonna fall. You know, you just know if Barbie was a real person, her life would fall apart. You can't live on being that superficial. Seriously. But yeah, that's me going off topic here. That's probably the most extravagant way I've ever gone off topic. From talking about a Dell Latitude CSx laptop with a 500 MHz processor and a faulty motherboard, to talking about if Barbie were a real person. Fail. Just fail. Anyway. If I can distract myself, if I can stop being distracted by Matthew taking photographs of a car with a V6 engine, I'll get back to this machine. Like I said, this machine, I mean, it's working perfectly fine now. However, sometimes the memory controller fails, and the machine only reports to having 2 megabytes of RAM, which is no good for anyone, certainly not with a 500 MHz Pentium 3. So, obviously, I'm going to need to do something to try and fix this. Because the only other alternative was to throw it out. And I don't want to throw this out. I would like to get this going. So, here, I have something. And I was wondering if I could bend this like Beckham. Shall we have a go? Shall we see if this will see if I can bend this like Beckham? Oh, okay. I'll not bend it like Beckham. Actually, good reason for that. Because if this is what I think it is, then it's best if I didn't bend it. If this isn't what I think it is, then I've got this laptop out under false pretenses. And then I would have to play the fail horn sound, and then that would be a really good video outtake. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use scissors, because I couldn't find a responsible adult to help me. With a knife. Sorry, I'm going to have to do this kind of off of camera. Actually, I don't necessarily do it. I could just move the camera this way. That's right, you can actually move tripods. So now it's... oh, crubbins, that's a bit scary. You have to be careful when cutting into packages, so... That's kind of why I didn't use a knife on this one, because, you know, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be quite a fragile package, and, you know, I really don't want to be stabbing it to death like blooming Hannibal Lecter on a, you know, bender. Okay, so here I have something in slightly pink bubble wrap. Very nice. If you're into that sort of thing, think pink. So I'll move this back over here actually, I think. Oh, and it's a game of pass the parcel. Would you look at that? There's more bubble wrap. And there's a good reason for that actually. It's because, you know, fragile components they do not need an excuse to break. Anti-static packaging. How reassuring is that? Hermetically sealed anti-static packaging. Seriously, what gives? This is a part ship from Dell or something. Well, I may as well put you out of your misery. Here is what it is. This is a replacement motherboard for the Dell Latitude CSx for when the thing does finally bite the dust. So, over here you've got your processor socket, your RAM socket, CMOS battery. I don't know how much life it's got in there. PC card slot controller, load of connectors, and basically, well, yeah, basically it's just a motherboard. Now I was told that this had a 500 MHz processor, but I don't know if it was for a 500 MHz processor or if it had a 500 MHz processor. But yeah, so here is the motherboard. So at some point I am going to fit this into that and see how things go. Because, like I said, I really did not want to have to throw this computer away. Because I really like it. You know, and I think it'd be just fantastic. But with all that said, I think I'm going to put this video to a close now. Because fitting a motherboard is such a difficult job, I mean, it's not difficult as in, oh, finding the processor socket is going to be difficult. And I'm going to have to do what I did with the Dell Latitude C500, as in install a processor. Plus I'm going to have to do a whole lot more. I'm going to have to find out where all the screws go, you know, and there's going to be a lot of trial and error. Probably going to be quite stressful, so I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm going to take my time with it, and I'm going to do it while watching something like The Simpsons. So, with that in mind, this is the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I appreciate you actually doing so. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to my channel if you're not already done so. Also, while you're there, please feel free to peruse my other videos, and I hope you'll all join me for my next video. But for now, see you all later.